Okay guys, welcome. Here I am at Osme doing a new video. Today's topic, I'm gonna mention 5 what I consider under the radar, magnificent banger fragrances. Things that just, for whatever reason, don't get all the love, don't get a lot of hype, don't get talked about in videos, but ones that are well worthy of your consideration and even purchase. Find out what they are coming up next. Welcome back everybody to JoelTheNose, and as you can see I'm here in the lovely Osme Perfumery newish boutique, and things have really come together here now. I've got a lot of the fixtures in. There's still a little bit to go, but if you haven't been here yet, you gotta come check it out. And if you're here on Saturday, it's great because a lot of times I meet people when they're in here and we get to talk and have a lot of fun, of course, discussing our passion. So let's get right into this. 5 fragrances. I'm gonna have to do more videos, to be honest with you, because what prompted this was this morning I was talking to Maurice here, and he was mentioning some fragrances, that, oh man, this one is just, doesn't get the love, or, you sometimes forget about it because, there's always these great fragrances coming in. And so sometimes ones that are just, they're amazing, but because there's new ones and you're always looking at new stuff, you forget some of the classics. So that kind of prompted me to want to do this video. I've been thinking about it for a while. And again, I'm gonna have to do multiple ones because there's just too many to reduce it to 5. But I'm gonna do 5 just to keep the video not too long for you guys. First one is Fig Tea. Fig Tea, as you can see it here. And I got a little echo there. Okay, from Nikolai. Nikolai Parfums. This is Patricia Nikolai. She's the granddaughter of Guerlain. Obviously, French perfume royalty. She has one of her niche brand is one of the very first niche brands. It's over 30 years old, I believe, at this point. One of the very first. So she has really been kind of an OG niche perfumer and had her own brand for a long time. But Fig Tea was really one of the first fig fragrances I ever smelled, and fig is one of my absolute favorite notes. I mean, I have fig in my house, I have fig soap, I have fig like room spray. I love it. To me, it's just so green and fresh and invigorating. And this Fig Tea fragrance is one of those, actually look at my glasses here. The first ones I ever smelled, and this is so it has jasmine, mate, osmanthus, and when you smell it, unlike, say, for example, there's a new fig fragrance that came out from Gants, Paris, which I absolutely love. Actually, it's not new. It came out, I guess, probably a year ago. Figuier Noir, which is just unbelievable. Unbelievably great fragrance. One of my favorites. This one is more of a refined, more subtle fig fragrance. It's not so much like, boom, you smell it and you instantly know it's fig. This, to me, is a little bit more, again, you get some more of the white flower, the osmanthus, you get the jasmine, that kind of white floral mixed in, the mate, which is a green tea. So just again, that fig in the mate tea. I love tea fragrances. So if you like tea or fig, check that one out. Next, I'm gonna do another one that came out in the last year and a half or so from Aton Bob, and this is Gari. Gari. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing it. So they came out like I said, about a year and a half ago with 2 fragrances in the same bottle. They are extraits. They're very concentrated. They're stronger than their original kind of classic bottles, which look a little bit different. In fact, for those of you who have not really seen them, let me just kind of bring, so you have Aton Bob, the original bottle, which looks like this. And then you have these 2, Gari and Agneta. So Agneta is the more popular one. This one, definitely, it's a little bit, I think, it's kind of more of the oriental, sweeter fragrance. This one, again, is just, it kind of reminds me of Fig Tea a little bit in that it's just subtle and refined. It's unassuming. It's the type of fragrance you can put on and wear anywhere. It's not going to offend anybody. But if somebody smells you, they're going to be like, this dude or this woman, they know what they're doing. They know perfume, they know good stuff. This is just, it smells expensive. It smells niche. So that's why I love it. Again, it's not, for whatever reason, as popular as Agneta, which is, I guess, just because that's more mass appealing. Next, I'm gonna go to Masque Milano, and this is Lucy Ed Ombre. And let me hold it up for you there. I actually have this in my personal collection, and this is one of those fragrances that I wear at night. So if I've had a long day, I come home, I take a shower, maybe I go to the gym, or maybe I do a little running, I take a shower and I'm just relaxing before I go to bed, this is the fragrance that I will most often put on. It's just soothing, it's relaxing, it just helps lull me to sleep. It has a very calming effect. And just so, the notes are, again, it's got some jasmine, it's got patchouli, and it's hard to describe this smell. It's unlike anything that I have in my collection. I think it's got some incense in there also. I'm smelling that. And it just is, again, so relaxing and smooth and easy to wear and perfect for just lounging and wanting to smell good. It projects well, so I get a good sillage when I'm kind of like sitting there watching TV as I'm getting ready to go to bed, or maybe even reading a book in bed. I can just smell this wafting around me, and it just puts me in a good mood. Okay? Next, I'm gonna go to Fragrance du Bois, and this is one that, again, I think it was really, really popular, but they have so many great fragrances that sometimes it gets overlooked, and that's Santal Complete. If you like kind of that sandalwood, fougere, this is up your alley. First of all, look at that sprayer. Just, they have one of the best atomizers in the world. Fresh, it's a little bit clean. It's got that, yes, so it's just got that, again, expensive, classy feel. So if you've never tried Fragrance du Bois, this is, I think, a good fragrance to get your nose on if you're not really familiar with the brand and you haven't tried a lot. They have so many great fragrances. I could go on and on. Even Minuet et Demi, Demi Rawlings fragrance. If you've never tried it, really good. Producer Michael, PM, I never thought I'd like it, really good. But this one, again, I think this is a great one to get your nose on if you're not really familiar with the brand. Check out Santal Complete. It's one of their bangers, one of their OG fragrances. And that's gonna leave, last but not least, I think I didn't rank these in particular order, but I'm gonna say my number one under the radar, underappreciated fragrance is one that actually I hadn't smelled in years, and Maurice brought it up to me today, and that's L'Elegant from MDCI. Here you go, take a look at that bottle. And this, boy, you smell this and you know this is high quality. No, look at that again, look at that atomizer, look at that. Oh man, this is the type of fragrance you smell it and you instantly purchase it. You instantly buy it. This is going into my collection because listen to this, incense, saffron, iris, cinnamon, nutmeg, sandalwood, again, another great sandalwood fragrance here. Musk, tonka, labdamen, cistus, myrrh, oud, and cashmerean. I mean, just that mix of notes. A lot of fragrance houses, if they tried to mix all that, it would not come out right because that is some complicated stuff. You guys know I've mixed my own fragrances, I've made my own, and trying to make that and combine those type of notes together, they've created what I think is a masterpiece here, L'Elegant. This is something you absolutely have to try. MDCI, as a house in general, I think is underappreciated and under the radar. It is, again, a French, fine, niche house that just does everything right. You can pick up any of their fragrances, and here at Osme, they've got probably, I don't know, roughly 20 or so of their fragrances. And oh boy, just when you get your nose on them, each one is different and almost better than the next. And they've gotten some great perfumers over the years to work with them. And so if you want, like, I would say even they get a lot of perfumers kind of like rising star perfumers. You know, when they're just getting started, they've done a few, and they somehow really get some of the best because they know MDCI is going to produce quality, and it's going to produce just substance and stuff that is going to be, I think, representative of what the perfumer is trying to do. So they really attract a high quality perfumer. All right, so that's it. Those are 5. I'm gonna do another video soon on this because there's just too many. I can go on and on, as I said, but these are 5 that I really recommend. And yeah, if you haven't tried them, get your nose on them. You can get them here at Osme. You can order them. You can come in, check them out. All right? I'll be back soon with another video. Thank you, as always, for watching, guys. Peace. Oh, do you want to add one in?
What was the premise?
Let's just do a quick impromptu. So
okay.
I picked 5. Let me hold this up here. Yeah, I did a video on 5 what I consider under the radar, underappreciated, banger, amazing fragrances.
Okay.
So if you want to throw in something here, I of course would love your input. I did mention that what got me started today was the Gants, yeah, MDCI, which is just amazing.
Okay. How much do you want me to put in? 1 or 2?
2.
2?
Let's do 2.
Right, I'll be right back.
All right. All right. So little treat, guys. I wasn't planning on it, and but of course it's always is fun to have Maurice's input on, because he's here obviously every day, and he's with all these perfumes and has a much better idea of my limited, because, you know, I come in here a couple times a week and I can only get my nose on so much with hundreds and hundreds of perfumes. All right. Ooh. All right, so here we go. I see a few. Let's get into this.
All right, so I'm going to do one honorable mention.
Okay.
And that's Liquide Imaginaire Dame Rosa, the extreme version. And the reason is, I think this should be touted as one of the best summer perfumes out. It's rose, it's champagne,
yeah,
it's grapefruit, it's refreshing, it's playful, and it's just...
Why do you think it hasn't gotten the love?
So I think what happens sometimes, whenever a brand comes out with a perfume and it's a hit, people tend to love that brand. They love the perfume, but after a while they forget how good the brand is, and they forget everything else that's in the brand, so they just move on to something else.
Yeah, that's a very common problem. Yeah. Okay, great choice. So that's honorable mention.
Sakura from Ormond Jane. This perfume, every time I spray this for someone in the store, I think their first reaction is, I don't know what I'm smelling. So it's very, very unique. I think one of the main notes in this is rhubarb, if I'm not mistaken, and that's a hard note to work with. It's just an odd perfume that's beautifully done. And maybe my number 1 is from Noble 1946. And this is simply called 26. Now this perfume is one, when I describe this to people, this is a fresh perfume with personality.
Uh-huh. What are some of the notes here?
So the notes are bergamot, tangerine, pink pepper, nutmeg, orange flower, coffee, dry woods, tonka bean, patchouli, and vanilla. So it's a fresh, well-blended sweet perfume that you can actually wear in the middle of the heat or in the evening.
So I think all these 3 fragrances you mentioned today are all like good for this time of year, it sounds like.
Yes. If I had to pick one, which I won't, actually I will, it would be 26. This is something that,
cool.
Even though the others are like 5 out of 5, this one is maybe 10 out of 5 because it's one of my dailies. So it's a hidden gem for me.
All right, that's good to know. That's important stuff. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining in for the quick 3 additional to the 5 that I selected. And guys, I'll do some more videos on this coming up because there's just too many that we could talk about.
Always.
So thanks as always for watching, and I'll be back soon with another video. Peace, love, and perfume.